The entire city of Ibadan could not stop talking about the wedding of the year. Chief Adeyemi's only son, Femi Adenimi, was getting married to the beautiful and humble Amara Okoye. Amara was everything a mother-in-law would pray for. Soft-spoken, respectful, educated, calm. Nobody knew she had been planning this wedding for 12 years. From the outside, it looked like a fairy tale. The bride price had been paid in full. Traditional wedding done. White wedding set in a grand hall, but inside Amara's chest burned a fire that had never gone out. 12 years earlier, Amara was just 13 years old. Her mother Ngozi worked as a housemaid in Chief Adeyemi's mansion. Ngozi was loyal, hard-working, quiet, until one day, money went missing, a large sum, without investigation, without evidence. Chief Adeyemi accused Ngozi publicly. She was beaten by security guards, dragged outside the compound, called a thief. Amara watched everything. Her mother cried and swore she was innocent, but nobody believed a poor widow. That same week, Ngozi collapsed from the shame and humiliation. 3 days later, she died. The police later discovered something shocking. The money had been transferred by Chief Adeyemi's own brother, but by then, Ngozi was already buried. No apology came. No compensation. Nothing. That day, a 13-year-old girl made a silent promise at her mother's grave. I will make them feel this pain. Amara disappeared from that city after her mother's death. People assumed she went to live with relatives. They were right. But they didn't know she was rebuilding herself. She studied harder than anyone in her class, got scholarships, went to university.com, studied business and finance, graduated top of her class. And one day, she saw him. Femi Adeyemi, the son of the man who destroyed her family. Handsome, polished, wealthy, but naive. She didn't approach him immediately. She waited, planned, researched his company, understood his weaknesses. And then, she accidentally met him at a corporate seminar. Femi fell first. He admired her intelligence, her calmness, her mystery. She never chased him. She never begged. She made him earn her attention. Within a year, he proposed. His parents were thrilled. They had no idea who she really was. When Chief Adeyemi first saw her, something felt familiar, but he ignored it. After all, poor people all looked the same to men like him. Back to the wedding day, the priest said, "You may kiss the bride." The crowd cheered. Femi smiled at his wife. That's when she leaned close and whispered, "Your father killed my mother." His smile froze. He thought she was joking. She wasn't. Revenge wasn't poison. It wasn't murder. It was smarter. Before the wedding, Amara had quietly convinced Femi to make her a director in his company. She helped restructure their finances, encouraged expansion, handled major contracts. What Femi didn't know was that she had been slowly transferring shares. Legally, carefully, strategically. She had also gathered evidence of financial fraud linked to Chief Adeyemi years ago, including the case that falsely accused her mother on their wedding night instead of romance. She handed Femi a file. Inside were bank statements, police reports, old witness testimonies, and one final document, a majority share transfer agreement. She now owned 51% of the Adeyemi Group. Silence filled the room. The next morning, police officers arrived at Chief Adeyemi's mansion. Fraud charges reopened. Media everywhere. News headlines exploded. Business tycoon linked to past cover-up. Chief Adeyemi collapsed when he saw Amara standing outside his gate. Calm, elegant, untouchable. "You remember my mother now?" she asked softly. He did. Too late. But here's where everything changed. Femi confronted her. "You used me." She looked at him. For the first time, her voice broke. "I didn't plan to love you." Silence. Because somewhere between revenge and marriage, she actually had. And that was the part she never expected. Femi was not his father. He never knew. He was innocent. And now, she had destroyed the only man who truly loved her. Chief Adeyemi was sentenced to prison. The company's stock dropped. The family name was damaged. Amara had won, but it didn't feel like victory. Femi filed for separation, not out of hatred, but betrayal. Before signing the papers, he asked her one question. If my father had apologized years ago, would you still have done this? Tears rolled down her face. No. And for the first time in 12 years, Amara felt the weight of revenge. It didn't bring her mother back. It didn't heal her childhood. It only created more broken hearts. Months later, Amara visited her mother's grave. She knelt down. I finished it, Mama, but there was no peace. Because revenge had cost her the one thing she didn't plan for: love. And sometimes, justice feels different from healing.